If you want lower back pain to disappear fast, these are the exercises to help you do it. My name is Dr. Jared, and these are 6 stretches in just 7 minutes to help eliminate tightness and pain in your lower back. These exercises are quick, this routine is effective, and we're gonna do it together right now. So clear some space on your floor. Let's get started with our first stretch. Is a single knee to chest stretch. You're going to lie down on your back, bend your left knee with your hands, grab your left knee and pull that right up into your chest until we get a good, comfortable stretch through the left glute. And then we're gonna keep the stretches in this routine a little more dynamic. So I'm gonna have you hold that for about 10 seconds and then relax out of the stretch and then come back up into the stretch again for another 10 seconds. And what you should notice is that you should be able to push that stretch a little further, fill it a little deeper, hold for 10, back off, and then we're gonna pull one more time for about 10 seconds right here on the left. And then we're going to keep things even, so let's switch over to the right. Same thing, we're gonna pull that right knee up and into the chest until we get a good comfortable stretch through that right glute, and then go ahead and return to the starting position, and then up into the chest again. If it's more comfortable to keep your other leg slightly bent, feel free to do that. I prefer, if you can, to keep it out straight for a little bit better stretch in that right glute. And so again, about 3 times, 10-second holds on this, just to get the hips, just to get the back loosened up a little bit. And then we're going to, the next exercise we're going to do is a double knee to chest stretch. So now bend both your knees up towards your chest. With your hands, grab around your knees and pull them right into your chest. And what I typically recommend for people on this is I want you to pull far enough that you feel your lower back lift up off of your floor. So there's gonna be just a subtle rounding in your lower back. Same thing applies. We're gonna hold that for about 10 seconds and then we're going to back off and then we're gonna get into that stretch again. Try to push it a little further this time, a little bit more of a stretch in that lower back. 10-second hold, and then we're going to repeat that for 60 seconds. Now, like I said, this routine is really quick and it's going to be really effective. These are some of my personal favorite exercises that result in the most pain relief with lower back. I feel that, the patients that I recommend these to feel that. I hope that you feel the same thing. So I'm glad you're here. Thanks so much for trusting me. Thanks so much for joining me. I hope that your back pain feels a lot better by the time that we're all done with all of this. All right, let's move down into your hips with a hamstring stretch. Kick your right leg out straight. With your hands, I want you to cup right here behind your left leg and then just extend that knee as far as you can comfortably until we get a good stretch in the back of the thigh, in that hamstring. Hold for about 10 seconds and then bend again. Come down where it's comfortable, and then we're going to try to extend the knee a little further this time. Hold for 10. And then come right back down again. One more time, just like that. And then come right back down. And then we're going to repeat on the right. Hamstrings are a muscle group that tend to get tight. They pull on that pelvis. Keeping them stretched out, loosened up is a great way to alleviate strain in the lower back. So that's why we include hamstring stretches with our lower back routines. Good, and then let's go into the deep hip rotators with a piriformis stretch. Bend both your knees, cross your left leg over your right. With my hands, I'm going to grab behind my right knee and then pull that right knee up towards my chest until I get a good stretch down in that left deep hip. Hold that for about 10 to 15 seconds and then back off. You might be so tight that you can't really back off of that. That's what I've got going on right now. That's the position that I'm in. And so if that's the case, it's okay to hold this just in a static position for 30 seconds here in that left hip. And then at the 30-second mark, let's switch things up. And so now I'm going to cross my right leg over my left. My hands come right down here behind my left knee. And then if you can, we're gonna pull and hold for about 10 seconds. And then we're gonna relax and we're gonna repeat that. If this is a sufficient stretch, let's just hold it right here for 30 seconds. Your hips need to be very mobile. They're your second most mobile joint in your body. If they're not moving the way that they should, a lot of that strain can be taken up in your lower back. That's why we're gonna do these hip stretches. Okay, next is gonna be a lumbar rotation stretch. Kick your left leg out straight, bend your right leg with your left hand. I want you to pull your right knee over towards your left. Try to keep your shoulders down flat. Sometimes what I recommend is extend that right arm out to the side just until we get a good, comfortable stretch up and in that right lower back, all through the right hip. Hold that for 10-15 seconds. We can back out of it and then we can come into it again just to keep it a little more dynamic in nature. There's 30 seconds on my right side. Now I'm going to kick my right leg straight, bend my left leg. Right hand grabs the outside of my left knee and pulls it over towards the right. Oh, just until we get a good stretch in that left lower back. Not uncommon to get 1 or 2 pops with this. If it does pop, we should notice a relief, a pain relief, also tension relief. It feels really good when that happens. It doesn't have to happen, but it's not bad if it does. There we go, 30 seconds on each side. The last stretch that I have for you is gonna be a hip flexor stretch. So now we're gonna roll over. I want you to kneel on your right knee, this big lunge forward with your left, and then keep your right glute contracted and lunge forward onto your left leg, just until we get a good stretch right here in the front of your hip. We're gonna hold that for 10 seconds, back off of it, and then get into that position again. Your hip flexors actually attach up into your lower back. If they're tight, if you spend a lot of your day sitting, they can pull all day on your lower back, and that can cause tightness and pain up into that lumbar spine. Go ahead and switch over onto the left, so it's important that we get them stretched out. So now I'm kneeling on my left knee, right leg is forward. I'm gonna lunge onto the right until I get a good stretch through the left. Now, I designed this routine to be quick and effective, and if you don't have a lot of time, these are great stretches. If you have a little more time, you might run through this twice. Let me know how this was. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know how your back feels if you got some relief from this. Thank you so much for your support, and we'll see you again soon.